Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and I'm excited to share with you my hostess planner and how I put this together and how you can put one together as we are in this pandemic and in isolation and we're not able to host. So this is the perfect time to kind of get those things in order, get our entertaining wear and things kind of downsized and purged. And so I want to take the opportunity to show you how I put together my planner in hopes that this will inspire you to do one for your home. So let's get started. So friends, to start, the hostess planner is for anyone who has a home, whether it's your apartment, whether it is a house, whether it's a small house or a large house. If you have family and friends over your house, I know not now with COVID, but if that is your goal and that is what you desire, then this is definitely going to hopefully be a helpful video for you. I've been wanting to do this for so long for myself, have just that one planner that I can use when I'm planning Christmas or planning birthday parties or simply planning a potluck or having church members over. This is something that I wanted kind of in my hostess arsenal, and I'm so happy to have it. So what you want to do is first determine what is going to be your planner. Are you going to use a 3-ring binder, disc bound, or just simply going to use a clipboard? A clipboard, something just as simple as a clipboard will work. Of course, this is a smaller one, but you want to get the one that is the correct size for the collection. So the next thing you need is you actually need your hostess toolkit. You need my printable collection, and I put this together for you and I, and it's something that is going to, this is the starter, and I'm going to add on as you tell me what you need, as I figure out things I need, and this will definitely be a planner that grows with us. But what you want to do is you want to go to my website, AtHomeWithNikki.com, and if you go to the printables page, it's the very first one on the site, and it's 22 pages, and you can order it right there. It's a download where you can get it right there and print it. It is 22 pages, and I want to take you through now before we put the planner together and kind of take you through and show you everything that is included. Okay, so the first printable we have is actually the cover page, and why the cover page is important is because if you choose to go with the binder, you can put this on the outer part of your binder. If you have one of those binders that has the insert, you put it down in there, and that's definitely the cover for your collection. So that's neat to have in there. And then you have the brain dump, and the brain dump is something where when you go into initially planning anything, whether it's simply a potluck or you're having friends over to play cards or you're having a baby shower, this is where you dump those ideas of kind of initially what you want to do, whether it's a small gathering or a big party. This is where you just dump those initial thoughts for that. So I wanted to definitely give you a page to do that. Now, the next one is for your guest list. This is where you're going to actually write out your guest list, and you can list all the people that you want to invite. It has a place for RSVP, and this is also great to have as a hostess, is to have all your guests with their phone number and their address and their email all right there on one page, so that if you have to make any sudden changes or inform them of anything, you have all the information to contact them right there. So the next one is for your budget. You know, no matter what you're planning, you need to look at the budget. And so this is especially important around the holidays when we do a lot of entertaining. And so what you can do is you just write out all the different aspects of what you're planning and then tie the cost to it, you know, and you tie the cost that you think it's going to cost along with what your budget is and then what you actually spent. The next is an activity planner. You know, a lot of times when we are hosting like birthday parties or baby showers or kind of engagement parties, we'll have certain activities there, maybe such things as playing games or, you know, kind of, you know, just whatever it is. This right here will let you plan out that. And the great thing about it is this is something that you can do, and then you can pass it along to someone who's helping you with the party so that they can execute the activities, and everything is outlined. It tells you your shopping list, the things you need to do this activity, kind of the instructions for the activity, supplies needed, all that they need. You can basically hand them this sheet and they'll be good to go. The next thing is for food. This is what you would use to plan out your food, from appetizers to appetizer beverages to the main dish, and also the sides, and, you know, hot beverages, cold beverages, candy bar, snacks, and things like that you want to do, desserts. So it basically lets you plan out your food along with set a budget for each category. So that's the neat part about it that I wanted in there also. And of course, the potluck sign up. You know, have you ever had that potluck where because it wasn't coordinated right, you end up at the potluck and you have nothing but one dish. It may be either desserts or everybody have drinks, So it will resolve that, because this is your one sheet planner for your potlucks, and you're able to kind of list who is bringing what, and you can easily see then what is missing. And that way, when the next person comes along to tell you what they would like to bring, you can say, well, we already kind of filled up with meats. Can you bring this? And so this is really great for planning that out. The next is the event prep schedule. And this is such a key form here, because this is what you use on the day of the event to kind of create your schedule of how you're going to execute everything. This is to kind of create the schedule for the day, and then you have the completed box to make your check marks to give you that sense of accomplishment. So I love that about it. The next is party favor sheet. So if you're doing things like birthdays and baby showers and things like that, and you're going to have party favors, and sometimes when you have dinner parties you like to have party favors, then this is what you would use for that. It'll allow you to kind of research and find the different party favors. You'll have the website listed and other notes that you might want to put pricing on there or something like that. The great thing about this is you can keep this in your hostess planner even after the event, so that you have a running list of all the locations where you get party favors, so you have that great reference to go back to. The gift log. This is actually where you, in the event, could log different gifts, such as if it's a wedding shower or something like that, and you want to kind of list all of the gifts that they received, and then you can simply hand this to the bride-to-be or the mommy-to-be, and they have all of the information to send their thank you cards. So I thought that always to be handy. Then next is kind of your directories, and I have the directories broken down into one, entertainment. This is where you would list anybody that you're using for entertainment, for if you're hosting kind of a bigger party, or maybe at the holidays you want to hire someone to come in, or birthday parties you may be hiring. This is where you would put their information. And then also I have a log for your equipment rental contacts. And I thought it was important to categorize them differently and not just put a contacts log in here, because that way, as you build this up, you have them sorted, kind of pre-sorted, so you don't have to look through a whole directory to find who you need. You can go straight to the category. And so here's, if you're renting chairs and tablecloths and napkins and things like that, you can always keep those resources there. So the next is also a vendor contact list, and this is where you would keep a list of all your vendors that you use for any of your events. So I wanted to definitely have that in there. Along with the next one is the seating chart. So if you're having something at your house where you may be using your dining room table and your kitchen table, the den may have a table set up, and you want to have certain people sit at certain tables, you're able to plan that out here. You could even, if you want to get fancy, kind of use the circles here as your little table markers if you want to do that. This is something definitely that can make it easy to plan out your seating for a small or large event. And then I wanted to give you some inspiration. So I wanted to put just some party theme inspiration, so that if you're going to say, okay, I need to do a girls' night in, so what can I do? Well, hopefully you can come here and just kind of get your mind rolling about some things here. And then, of course, you can add on things that you've done before or things that you've researched, but I just want to kind of give you a boost of inspiration with that. The next one is the same concept, but it's with the menu. It's the menu theme inspiration. So this is kind of giving you some themes, some menu themes that you can use. But I may come out with some additional printables down the road, so definitely that you can add into here. But this has given us a great start. And then I thought it definitely important to have a hostess notes section. This is where you could write basically anything. You can even journal the event afterwards to kind of say what was the highlights and what you would have changed next time, so that you can reference it later. Or as you're in the planning process, it may be a place for you to just kind of jot down some things. Someone may contact you and tell you something about they can't come, or can they bring someone else, or whatever the case may be. This is just some blank notes for you to write on there. And so the next are guides. These are things that I wanted in the Hostess collection as just simple guides. And these are ones that I'm actually going to laminate, and I'll take you on that journey also. But one is a buffet layout. This is just a buffet layout guide that will just give you an overview of how to set up a buffet. So where to place your plates, where to place the spoons, where to place the different meals. And so this just gives you a template for that. So it's just definitely a resource. Another resource that I put in here is the table setting guide. This will show you how to put together the place settings. So this is something that you can easily reference all the time when you're setting your tables. The next is the table setting design. This is what all of my tablescape loving friends out there, this is what you would use to kind of design your tablescape. A lot of times, if you are one that loves to put together a beautiful tablescape, a lot of thought goes into it. And so you're thinking about the colors first. You're thinking about what are the little kind of wow moments you want to implement. And then the next is the buffet layout. And this is what you would use to kind of draw out and design your buffet, because I have the buffet guide, and that's basically for a rectangular table. But of course, we don't always have that type of setup with a buffet. There's other ways that you can do it. You can have a round table where everyone walks around. You can also have a rectangle table where you have two sides. So it's different ways that you may want to arrange your buffet table. So this will give you a place to lay that out, write out where you're going to put each dish, where you're going to put the plates, so that on the day of the event, you're not running around trying to kind of coordinate that. You have it pre-planned out. And even when you have help, they can look at that and help you implement it. So that is really a key thing to have in your hostess planner. So now that I have shown you the core of the Home Hostess collection, let's go ahead and put together my planner. So friends, by the way, I want to say, please excuse that I don't have my rings on. With this whole COVID situation, I'm a little more, my weight gain is happening, so my rings are not fitting as well. They're a little tight, so I'm not wearing them as much. So please excuse that. But my planner is actually, like I said, the Martha Stewart. I decided to go with the disc bound. I love it because it can grow with me. I thought it was beautiful in this gold. This is one of my favorite of her disc bounds here. It has a little pin holder here where I can put my beautiful pin there. And you guys know I like to be a little extra. So one thing I'm thinking about doing is on the outside of my planner, getting a gold plate made that says kind of Nikki Hostess book or something like that, something cutesy. I will post it on Instagram when I do that. So if you're not on my Instagram, please go over there at Home with Nikki and join me over there, and you'll definitely see my when I do the outside, how I kind of overdo that. Let's say you guys know how I do. I like to do a little too much, but I love it, so I am going to do that. But let's go into making or putting together the planner. So now that I have my book, the first thing I want to say is on the inside of this, I love that it does have the plastic pocket, because I'm going to move this to the back, because this is great to put things like if you have estimates or you have any type of paperwork that comes in for one of your events, or you may have recipes that you are wanting to use for one of your events. You can kind of print them and put them here. So it's great that you have that pocket. So that's one thing that I love about the disc bound, is that I have that pocket. But if you decide to go with the 3-ring binder, you can get the plastic sleeves, and this is where you can store all of your blank sheets and then pull them from here when you go to set up for an event. And I'm going to show you as I put together the planner, you'll more so understand kind of what I'm talking about. So to put this planner together, the first thing that I need to do is I need to laminate my guides. Remember, I said there's certain things that I wanted to laminate because I want to be able to write on them with a dry erase marker. And so by laminating them, that makes it easy to write on them and then erase, and you can reuse it. So I'm going to pull out my laminator. And again, if you're interested in my laminator or my gold scissors or all these things that I use in my videos, go to my Amazon store and I put everything in there. I try to list it by categories. I'll put the link in the description box below. So friends, now let's get to laminating my guides so that I can get those into my planner. Again, the reason why I am laminating these is because I want to use a dry erase marker on it so that I can reuse them over and over again. Also, friends, when you finish laminating your sheets, you may want to check, and because you may need to trim it a little bit just to make sure that you cut off that extra laminate or lamination on the sheet. So now that I have them laminated, I want to go ahead and use my punch to put them in the planner. Now, if you're going to use the disc bound planner such as I have, of course, you're going to need to buy the punch so that you can use it. Again, that's in my Amazon store. And so that's what I'm going to do, is just punch them all so that I can get them in the planner. And you can put them in the order that you desire. You may decide you want to put the brain dump in first because that's the first thing that you want to be able to get to. But what I'm doing now is just hole punching my basically blank forms and my laminated resources so that I have in the front of my planner all of my go-tos. So when I go to plan an event, the first thing I'm doing is going to this section, pulling out all of the forms that I want for that particular event, and then putting it in the back section of my planner for that event. So basically what I'm saying is the front of the planner are all the blank forms, the back of the planner are all your different events, in their own categories, so that you can plan multiple events one time. If I want to start planning for Christmas now, which I probably should, I can have it in here. Also Thanksgiving. Also, if I just want to have a dinner party. So it doesn't matter. You can plan multiple things within your hostess planner. That's the great thing about it. So now that we have everything punched, I have to make my tabs. I need tabs so that it's easy to get to all of the different sections when I'm going to plan. Because if you don't put the tabs, you just have to keep flipping, and you really don't want to have to do that. So one thing that I am doing differently from my the way that I do it is I am just using Avery tabs. They have these Avery tabs that you can print straight from your printer. Again, you can find this in my Amazon store, but I love it because I can go in and I can customize my tabs, and it's on a one sheet. You put it in your printer and then you just print them out. And so that's what I did. And the great thing, friends, is that it's repositionable. So if I want to move the tabs around, it's so simple to do. So now I'm putting all of the tabs in here so that I can easily flip to whatever I need, whether it's the budget or maybe I'm just doing the potluck and I need my potluck sheet. So, you don't necessarily need all of these for everything you plan, but by having your kind of core things up front, you can pull what you need. So you'll notice that the tabs that stick out are my guides. These are the laminated copies so that I can easily distinguish one from the other. You can even color code this. This is the great thing about it. Because these are printable, the labels you can print on them, you can color code them. So that's really cute. I didn't even think about that. Maybe I should have done that. That would have been a lot of fun. So now that we have that done, you all know I will not have a planner that do not have my Midori tabs in it. I love these tabs so much, and they fit this perfectly because what I'm using these for are my specific events. These metal tabs will categorize the different events. I'll have one for Christmas, and then one for if I'm planning a girls' night in. Whatever it is that I'm planning, that is what each category would be. That way, when you're planning multiple things, you can easily flip to whatever it is that you're planning. So friends, this is my hostess planner, my hostess toolkit. I hope that you will put yours together. This is a way, friends, for us to really work on something that when we're busy and when we're hosting, we really don't have time to put together. But now that we have this downtime, these are the perfect things to be working on and implementing in your home so that when you're back up running full speed, you have those special touches. You have those tools that you need when it's time to entertain around the holidays and all of that. So I hope you will find this helpful, and I hope that you will join me on this hostess planner journey because I have so many things planned, from stickers that I want to put on my French Tulip Stationery website. If you're not familiar, I have a stationery website, FrenchTulipStationery.com. I'll link it in the description box below, but I'm planning on making some kind of stickers and hostess things that you can use in your entertaining and planner. So definitely look for that to come down the road along with some other fun stuff. So friends, go over to AtHomeWithNikki.com now and get your hostess collection. It's only $10 and it's 22 pages. So well worth it. Once you have it, you have it. You can print as much as you need. Anytime you need, it's yours once you get it. And then from there, find out if you want to use a binder, discbound, or just simply the clipboard and put it together. And when you do, if you can, send me a picture, email it to me, or tag me on Instagram. I would love to see. I would love to share it. And I hope you all are doing great. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.